Discussing the Trump administration issuing buyout offers to millions of federal employees yesterday. You know, it came with a caveat, though. Those who don't resign will be called back to work in person 5 days a week. That's in line with an executive order issued by Trump on his first day in office, mandating fully in-person work for most federal employees. Now, the push away from remote work, it's just happening across the board, especially since the peak we saw during the pandemic. Just under 14% of Americans worked fully remote in 2023. As you see on your screens, that number's now down to about 18%.
Okay, this is probably gonna ruffle some feathers, but why is this an executive order first week or two in the office? Why is that the main priority? Why is it the main priority that you want people to come in to work? Out of all the stuff that people are dealing with, number one reason people were complaining was the economy. The economy people are complaining about. And the number one thing that he wants to sign is to get people into work. What is this big thing that people just don't want people to work from home anymore? They want you to come into work. They're complaining that everything is so expensive now with inflation. They cannot pay you enough. Trump is threatening with the tariffs, which means obviously we're going to be paying a huge amount of money now for some of our products. I didn't want to get into a debate, guys, so please don't even do it. With trying to explain what tariffs are. That's what tariffs are, okay? The goods are being taxed at a higher rate, and what's going to happen is companies going to pay for it, and they're not going to just eat that up, okay? They're going to pass it right back down to us. So what is this whole thing with trying to get people back into work? Like the one thing that we have is the ability to work from home. Did you know, and I read this somewhere, a majority of people will forego a raise. They will forego a raise because they consider a raise being able to work from home. What is the issue that they're trying to drag everyone into work? Now, I get it. People will start saying, well, they're paying for the buildings, and obviously that is true. You're renting out a building that's empty. I get that. To me, the solution was working hybrid, right? Working hybrid at least meets you halfway. And technically it's not halfway because you're going to office 3 days and you're going home 2 days. They're still, the company, they're still getting a lot more than we are, okay? 3 days, 2 days, that's awesome. But why is it just such a big push? And why is it such an annoyance to so many people, right? So many corporations, not people, corporations, where they just want you to be in the office. No one in the office is all kumbaya. Listen, I go in the office and I get told I'm too loud. And then I go in the office, and I recognize it's people just extremely quiet. No one's talking. No one's really socializing. So the whole thing they're trying to build, like everything they were saying, why going into the office was a big deal. It's not. It's not. A majority of us just want to work from home. A majority of us do not want to go into the office. What is wrong with that? As long as you're being productive, that's awesome. People are already saying too, I remember they said this, well, they're going to look at giving promotions to people coming in the office. Go ahead. Listen, the people who want to work from home don't care about promotions. A majority of people, even when they worked in the office, they turn down promotions. Right? I did a video on that recently, how people just don't want promotions. They just want peace. That's it. And time. Right? And now they can work from home. You don't have to get up so early to go travel and drive into work. Right? You don't have to be worrying about dressing up and buying clothes for work. You don't have to worry about what you can eat for lunch. Like all this stuff that you got to deal with. It's so awesome to just be able to just be home and not have to deal with it. But it seems like, no, they're trying to pull that away from you. You got Trump signing executive orders. It's like, what is this really all about? Like, what is it all about? Like, to me, I really feel like they're just trying to do a layoffs, but they're trying to do it in a way where it's like, well, you didn't want to come into the office, we'll lay you off, rather than laying off some good-ass people. Because the people who are working from home, a majority of them, are really good at managing their time. Really good at managing their time. Right? And they're doing a task that they're really efficient in. So they're extremely efficient and they're good at their work. Reward them. You can't give them a pay raise. You can't do much for them. Just let people just work from home. That's just my opinion, guys. Tell me what you think. I think this whole in the news, now president signing orders, it just seems like Why? This seems unnecessary. Just leave things the way they are. But maybe I'm wrong. You guys can let me know about that.